Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 45 of Direwolf20's multiplayer server play series thing. And I'm chilling with Soaryn and Rorax. What are you two kids up to?
Hello.
Hi, I'm just trying to make Minecraft work.
Oh, good luck with that. Good luck indeed. We've got what I'm hoping is going to be a lot of fun and an interesting project to work on for you guys today. Remember last episode I showed you guys the locomotives? Well, I've been doing a little bit of tweaking and playing around and came up with a neat design for starting and stopping the locomotive system. And I want to build like this crazy complex machine of keeping it fueled and keeping it watered and doing all this cool stuff with it. Meanwhile, I came up with something really good that I think Soaryn and Rorax are like the two best people in the world to work on. I want to build and have them help me. Totally optional if you guys want to, not telling you you have to, but if you would like to assist, you're more than welcome to help me build a roller coaster. I want to do one proper this time. I've tried to build roller coasters in the past and they haven't turned out so well. I've built some ones that are like alright, but here's my idea. And I'm not going to give you guys all the details, but you know, let's just say I want them to build like a really cool internal building type area with like different scenes and different things. I've already kind of talked to them about some ideas that we could put in there, and I'm going to be helping them out with it. But like mainly the first thing I want to design is the railcraft system that's going to be used for keeping the locomotive, you know, going. And in the meantime, they'll be starting to work on this thing. And then the next episode or two after this will be building that internal roller coaster themed parked thingy that, you know, Soaryn's already getting started on. And Rorax is going to help because, dude, if you think Soaryn builds pretty things, wait till you see Rorax's stuff. We did that, you know, tour of Rorax's base, and I think a lot of people left some very positive comments on how awesome her builds are. So I'm pretty excited for what this could be coming up with. So I'm going to get situated, get ready to start building some of the things I'm going to need and talk you guys through the concept of how my locomotive start and stop system works. And I'm hoping you guys are going to like it, because I think it's awesome. I've already tested in my test world and it works out pretty well. But we'll see. I'll be back in just a moment. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm rolling up some advanced rails. I've got some plenty of track. I made like 4 or 5 stacks of the stuff, so I should be good with that. That's enough advanced rail for now. I want to put together a couple really nifty and cool things. So let's go over to our fabricator here, throw all the advanced rail in, because I'm ready to whip up something nifty. Remember I told you there's some special tracks that come with locomotives? Well, there's 3 new tracks I haven't covered yet in a spotlight, so I will tell you about them right now. Lockdown tracks are cool. They will, if a train or a locomotive or a cart or anything's coming at it and there's a redstone signal, it grabs onto the cart and holds it and won't let it move. When the redstone signal is released, it releases the track and lets the cart go along. So that's what the lockdown track does. Not what I'm going to use though. Whistle track probably makes it whistle. I'm guessing. I haven't actually looked up what the whistle track does, but if I had to guess, I would imagine it makes the locomotive whistle. The locomotive track is cool. Remember I showed you guys last episode there were 3 little modes. Red, yellow, and green is what's represented on the locomotive track, and those associate with shutdown mode, which means it's not producing steam at all, idle mode, which means it's using a small amount of coal and keeping the thing running, and running mode, which means it's actually running and moving around. So that's what the locomotive track does. Whenever a cart passes over it and there's a redstone signal applied, it'll change the mode it's in. And then also the limiter track changes the speed of the locomotive, so it speeds it up or slows it down based on the setting of the limiter track. And we're going to use all of these in our build. Like my concept in this like little crazy tower thing is we're going to like be zooming along at full speed, and then we're going to get to a room that has all kinds of cool stuff in it, and we're going to slow down with the limiter track, and we'll mosey on through like the nifty little place, and then boom, pick up some speed and like roll over the place, and it'll be awesome. So that's the plan. But what I'm going to build now is the locomotive track, something cool. You can see I already made some of the signal lamps that are required for this little guy, and I better grab out of here some of my wooden rail beds. So just one of them ought to get me what I need. Oh, you know what else I need? Is some of these standard rails. Yep. There we go. Ta-da! Locomotive tracks. Now, I'm not going to use the limiter track just yet, but I do want to show you guys the embarking track. This is really an awesome one. If you haven't seen it yet, it basically picks up a player anywhere nearby and throws them into an adjacent cart. Also going to be pretty important. So I think that's all I need here is I just need this, 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 and this, and that's going to show you guys how I'm going to build the system that will allow me to pick up players and move around. So I'm going to build it over here, just on the top of the workshop. Soaryn, I guess you're getting started?
I'm going to finish up my homework real quick and then start.
Homework, 1 moment. Good progress.
Yeah.
And Rorax is on the server now, and she's going to be helping out with some cool design stuff. So Rorax, start thinking about, like, you know, whatever you think would be fun to put in this roller coaster area thingy.
Lava.
Lava. Definitely want to do lava. I think one of the first things we should do is, like, zip through, like, a lava and fireys type area. Like, it can have, like, netherrack and nether brick and fire and lava, and it'll be, like, a crazy, almost nether-like environment. Totally cool with that idea. So, there you go. Artistic
Which way
inspiration
you want to start?
granted. I don't care. I will leave it up to you guys. I'm building a locomotive system. So you can finish your homework, though, if you need.
Once I get my client sorted out.
Oh, hey, what's up, Iceblade?
What's up?
Okay, so let me show you guys this nifty little design that I came up with. I will be back in a second when I'm ready to show you everything. I just want to make sure, you know what I need is some water and some coal. Alright, I think I've got everything I need here, so I'm going to show you guys this little design I came up with. And I've tested this in my test world and it worked pretty well, but who knows if the differences on Forgecraft might make a difference, if there's some lag or something, whatever. But I'm going to build a simple little loop in a track here. And this is what I said I'm going to use for pretty much to allow people to embark on the roller coaster that we're about to make here. So let's pretend that... There, perfect. So this is like maybe the embarking area. So I think, like, let's see. The way I built it in my test world was along these lines. I have one of these guys here, and I need my crowbar. Do I have that on me? Probably in here. Nope, that is not what I meant. In here. There it is. Full inventory as usual. So just right click with the crowbar to change it from green, yellow, red. Green meaning running and active, yellow meaning idle, and red meaning shutdown. I want it on idle mode. Now just 2 blocks past that, I'm going to place this nifty guy, the embarking track, and you'll see what that's about in a minute. And then over here, I want to place another one of these guys, but it's going to be green. Now the only trick to this is, and you ready for this? This is the best part. This is how it all works and comes together. What I'm going to place down here is a player detector. The way the player detector works, as you guys should know, is go ahead and emit a redstone signal in the direction of the round red circle. That thing, which is black right now because it's not active, but emit a redstone signal in that direction when there's a player in the cart above the player detector. So, what does this all mean? Well, we're about to see. Hopefully I get this right and it works. I want to place right here my locomotive. And I want to place, I'm probably going to need a couple levers. Let's make sure we've got at least 2 of them. Okay, and a cart. That's going to be an important piece too. So locomotive here, cart here. Link them together, please. And I'm going to keep this guy, I'm going to put water in him. You'll also note Covert was pretty sneaky. He only lets 4 water cans exist in the locomotive at a time. He doesn't want people just throwing a stack of water cans in there and ignoring it forever. He actually wants you to maintain your locomotive. So sneaky, sneaky Covert Jaguar. Alright, so we just need to, I think, rotate this guy. Right-clicking a locomotive with a crowbar turns it around. If that's not awesome, I don't know what is. Finally, this guy here and this guy here. And what we should have set up now is when the locomotive gets to this point, he's going to go into idle mode. And he's going to continue along his momentum a little bit. And in my test world, he stopped on top of this thing, the green guy. Now we've got the embarking track already receiving a redstone signal. And what I'm going to do is just demonstrate how this works. Running mode, please. And it's zipping around. Now when it gets to the drop-off point, it's going to stop. The locomotive is basically going to kind of come to a stop right over that. Now when I get near this thing, I should get picked up and automatically the locomotive starts running again. Cool, right? And it'll kind of run around in a loop. Now, if there's no player in it, the locomotive stops and it goes into idle mode. So you can see right now it's set to idle. But whenever I get close, the player detector switches on the track underneath the locomotive and puts it on running mode. Cool. How do you like that? Just make sure that, now, if you leave the redstone signal on, just getting anywhere near this thing will get you picked up. Like right there, I just got sucked into the minecart. So just keep that in mind. You might want to set this up as a button press or maybe even a lever, so like, or a pressure plate. So let's get this guy off here. And we could easily set up a pressure plate, okay? along these lines. So pressure plate right here, and then when I walk up to the pressure plate, boom, it sucks me into the cart, and away the locomotive goes. Nifty, right? I love it. I'm so happy with this design. So just make sure not to accidentally push the locomotive in the wrong direction, because sometimes it's a little bit close to like how much it works, but pretty much it's good. If it's not working, you can just go in there and hit the running button. Usually what will happen is if like a player bumps into it and it's just not positioned correctly. Now I could put some kind of stopper in front of it, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. See, I just pushed it back by mistake. But for the most part, it works pretty well. Yeah, nice. All right, so I'm happy with this build. This is what we're going to use in the roller coaster setup so that a player can get in the cart and get taken up and picked up by the locomotive and then sent through the roller coaster. Pretty cool. All right, we'll be back in a minute. All right, I am back. So I think Pahimar is working on something. I need to get him in TeamSpeak with us. All right, I think we're going to be building out the base platform. Oh, is that like, is this like a starting point here, Soaryn?
Whoa.
It certainly is.
Wow, that's big. So we're getting started to build our platform. Pahimar's on TeamSpeak now, and he wants to tell us about something nifty that he's doing.
Pahimar.
Pahimar.
I made a sandwich.
Yay, sandwiches. I love sandwiches.
You can
I
make
had one for
those.
dinner, and it was delicious.
So is the sandwich the nifty thing that you're making?
Made.
Yes, and a second server.
Oh, yes.
Ooh.
No, where I said, like, hey, Pa, come to TS and announce Forgecraft 2 on camera. And he's like, okay. And then he's on TeamSpeak.
See, everyone knows that the best side dish to go along with the sandwich is a brand new Minecraft server.
Yay. You were playing on the tracks. Yeah, the tracks are fun, aren't they? I do like them. It is. It's true.
Are you advocating playing on train tracks?
Oh.
Yes.
No, that wasn't Soaryn typing that. That was Soaryn dying. I'm like... It says that Soaryn got in the way of the train, of the locomotive.
Yes,
Apparently he was playing on the tracks.
Yeah, I think down
Playing on
here,
the wrong side of the
Rorax in
track.
his chest, right? No, that's
No,
not.
they're in the barrel on the other side of
Oh, stone bricks. I'm guessing you need bricks for
You
the
need
filler,
brick
right?
bricks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll get you some of them. We're collaboratively building a roller coaster inside of a mountain right now, Pahimar.
Probably don't have clay, so
Very
just
nice.
use UU in a C shape.
By the way, Pahimar, have you been on to play checkers? Because I'm so proud of it.
Lost in the game. So
I've
far.
heard an awful lot about it, but I've had no time to get onto the server and play.
Here, Rorax.
Okay.
Well, it seems like you have time now. I'm just saying.
I honestly don't. I barely have time to be on TeamSpeak.
Yeah, I know. So, why and what are we making in Forgecraft 2? Do you want me to explain that, or do you want to explain that?
I can explain that.
Okay, you explain it, because it was your idea and you're doing it all, so cool.
So we've had Forgecraft for a long time. It's now in the beginning of April, and Forgecraft came online the first week of January. So we've actually been on this map for 3 months now. And some people were starting to feel it was a little bit stale. They were starting to feel like it could be, they wanted something new again. So what we've done is with the new hardware on the server, we have quite a lot of power. So we were actually able to start a second server on the server within a server reception. Anyway.
Yep.
So the second server, Forgecraft 2, is going to be one that has regular world resets. Currently, we're thinking every 60 days. That allows us to test mods a lot more quickly, because on the persistent server, which is Forgecraft 1, persistent meaning that it will not have world resets unless it absolutely has to. People can play around with their mega builds and whatnot. They can do whatever they like, knowing that they're not going to lose that to a world reset. But
Not
for those
often,
people
at
who
least.
like, not often yet.
Like, it's not like we'll never reset it, but...
Ideally, we shouldn't. That's the idea of Forgecraft 2. Forgecraft 2 having the 60-day reset means that there will always be a regular leveling of everyone on the server. Everyone will go back to basics and they start over again with a brand new seed and everything. So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited by it. I'm trying to decide what that means for me and my series. That's what you need to do, Rorax, is you have to put one on the end points of each of these blue lasers.
I forgot how to do it.
What's that?
I totally forgot how to do it.
Yeah, you have to put a landmark at the end of each of these blue laser lines.
For some reason, I thought it was one at the corner.
That would be much easier. Unfortunately, no. You'll have to build out bricks out there. No, Pahimar, I think that is an awesome idea. And Lex Manos is here. What's up, Lex? I think it's a good idea. That way, like, you know, because there's been, I don't know, there's been back and forth by a couple people, like, not really, like, much discussion, but I think, like, nobody wants to go and reset the server out of the blue because they're like, well, you know, Dyer's recording on there, he's got his multiplayer series, Mead records on here, a couple people record on ForgeCraft and do, like, Let's Play series, and then, you know, other people are like, you know, don't have that much time to play, but they still want to play, but they, you know, if the server reset every 60 days on some of these people who spend 50 days out of the 60 working on mods, they never really get to play and accomplish anything. So they were kind of like, oh, I barely get to play and we're going to reset again. So, you know. Oh, don't right-click that one, by the way, Rorax. I think you right-clicked.
The other thing, too, is ForgeCraft 2 is on Minecraft 151 right now, whereas ForgeCraft 2 is on 151,
right.
ForgeCraft 1 is on 147. So we're actually able to play around with a lot of the new features in 151 and test things on 151 now.
There you go. Yeah, so and what are we going to do? Just add mods to 151 server as they get released or available?
Pretty much. It probably means that we'll have a couple initial world resets as the world gen mods, Buildcraft, Red Power, as they have their mods get updated and whatnot. So, yeah, ForgeCraft 2, yay.
Oh, look at it go. Sweet. This is crazy filler time.
I should actually say it's a big thanks to Player who modified our existing Minecraft scripts on the server to accommodate the fact that we can now have more than one server. We have two currently. We could have more.
Nice.
So if we wanted to spin up something special...
So I know the answer to this, but just in case there's people out there who are maybe inquiring minds wanting to know, like, what does this mean for the tick rate on ForgeCraft 1? Like, are we all of a sudden going to get really laggy because we're trying to run two servers at once?
That shouldn't be the case because it's on the actual server itself, we're rarely using any significant portion of the CPU. Oh, okay. A lot of the tick rate is bound to the Java process that's running the server, so the hardware we have should allow us to keep both separate and not affecting each other.
Nice. I like it. Rorax, looks like you need like 3 times as much stone, by the way.
Yeah, I'm going back to mine to grab that. I have thousands of stacks.
Okay, good. Cool. So I'm excited for ForgeCraft 2. I'm still debating on exactly like how I want to handle this, like with the video series style. Like, you know, ForgeCraft 1 being the one that's like, you know, steady and like build lots of crazy, cool, fun things on it. But at the same time, ForgeCraft 2 is going to be more cutting edge with mods and stuff. So, you know, I'm debating if I'm going to have like, you know, a couple different series, like maybe one on the ForgeCraft 1 server and another on the ForgeCraft 2 server, or if I'm just going to play on one or the other. I haven't fully decided that yet, and, you know, I don't know, I'm open to people commenting, so if you want to leave a comment on this video, maybe I'll, you know, kind of look at what people say, though I have a suspicion it's going to be pretty split even, so I'm sure a lot of people want to see me keep going on this server, and a lot of people would want to see the new cutting edge mods, so I don't know, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. I'll do something cool, don't worry.
Dance.
Yeah, dance. Are we going to have anything new on the 1.5 server that we haven't had so far on ForgeCraft, Mr. Pahimar?
Well, currently on ForgeCraft 2, we do have Tinker's Construct, which is MDio's new mod.
Yes, which looks cool.
Which we do not have on ForgeCraft 1.
True. I haven't even installed to try yet, but I need to because MDio is cool.
Well, log into ForgeCraft 2. It's all set up and ready for you.
Nice. Good deal, man. All right, so we will be back in just a minute, guys. We need to finish building out the what's going to be the base of our mountain, and I'll catch you guys in a bit here. So Iceblade was complaining that he doesn't have any awesome gear or anything. So I just want to show him something that you guys might have already seen. Just follow me.
You're
right.
going to show me the UU farm, aren't you? With
right through this portal, would you?
This is what I get for opening my mouth.
Yeah.
Really.
And then up these stairs back here.
Oh God.
We should probably move this book into our secret base, by the way, Soaryn.
Yeah, that's what I was planning. That staircase.
Yeah, I
So
saw
feel free to help yourself.
Beginnings of this. Yeah, I saw the beginnings of this in one of your episodes. I didn't realize it had gotten this ridiculous, but
You know,
Yeah.
it would be even more ridiculous if we still had the crating UU recipe.
Yeah.
It's not currently in service.
Crated
Alright.
barrels of UU.
Back to working on this thing. Alright, I'm back, guys. And Soaryn is doing something nice over here. Look at this. Is this kind of like the entryway into this area, Soaryn? I like it.
Yeah.
Alright, I want to test something, but I'll be right back when I'm ready to do it. Oh, guys, I just read something really important on the Railcraft Wiki that I think is going to help us out. I'm told that if we use that lockdown track that I was telling you guys about earlier, and I think I'm going to do the lockdown train version of the track, I believe, and I'm not sure if I'm wrong about this or not, but I believe lockdown track is the advanced rails, that it will put the train, the locomotive into idle mode. And if that's true, then that's awesome, because it means I don't have to do that extra complicated thing, and it means that, more importantly, we don't have to worry too much about what I was telling you about before, where sometimes it can get like bounced back and just positioned wrong and it doesn't work too well. Like, it worked pretty well, but, you know, it's not perfect. So I am all about if that's true. So I want to test this real quick. So there's a train lockdown. So in theory, all I should really need is that train lockdown combined with the player detector and the embarking. So I don't have to worry about the whole turn it on and off thing, the locomotive track we don't need. So I'm just going to snag these guys and try this again. I've also want to test, I want to make a liquid loader and unloader. So, or just a liquid loader, I mean. And I want to test this with Soaryn tanks. So where'd my bricks go?
Then I'm gonna Soaryn tanks. Okay.
Yeah, they're called Soaryn tanks.
Soaryn
problem?
Soaryn tanks.
Is that a problem,
Need
sir?
something else. No, just need to figure out something else to make.
I mean, we have Soaryn
Soaryn
chests
destruction.
now.
Yeah, Soaryn chests, Soaryn destruction, Soaryn.
Liquid loader was... Oh, it's bricks, not
Okay.
bricks. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to make the ingredients here, but I want to test loading water and coal from an automated source because I want to have this locomotive always ready to run. So water is easily infinite, but coal, like, we've got enough of it that I think we can come up with something to make that pretty infinite. And then what we can do is we can kind of auto-feed the coal into the liquid loader, and that would be awesome. Alright guys, so here goes nothing with me testing something. I want to get one can of water. Just because I want to demonstrate this whole concept that I have, and I want to see how well it works. So a can of water goes in, and a piece of coal, just one. And to that, I want to test this piece first. So again, player detector, we've got this thing set up. In theory, what should happen here is, you know, I'm going to put a little bit more coal in here. I'm going to set this guy to running mode. And I think what will happen is, if the locomotive gets held onto by this piece here, the train lockdown track, it should switch into idle mode. So let's wait for it to heat up. It's almost there. As you guys know, once it hits 100, probably put a couple more pieces of coal in there. There we go. Steam's starting to be produced. Once steam gets halfway filled, it will move. Now I want to watch and see if it switches to idle as soon as it gets held by the lockdown track. Because I thought it was going to stay in running mode. Oh, look at that. Oh, it is in running mode. See, it's still in running. That's what I was concerned about. Maybe that's an update that switches it. I'll have to ask over it. Alright, while I'm waiting to find out about that, I want to check out the liquid loader. So I want to put this guy right here, I think. Let's get this thing running. Will this thing fill it up? So what I'm probably going to want to do real quick is put together a little Zicorium tank. I'm thinking I want, well, for now, I need an item IO, don't I, Soaryn?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have one by chance?
Yes we do.
Oh, you have one on you? Oh, I'm liking this. This is looking cool.
Right.
Where are you at?
I'm a little too late.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you, sir. I could use that item IO. Cool. It's falling down.
I just went down some. You really? Just like, I agree.
Okay, so an item IO goes here. And this thing will be surrounded by this stuff. I'll make this guy a tank with some water flowing into it. And I need to change the item IO, but stupidly I did something I shouldn't have done. Oh well. How do I change the item IO color?
Currently, you have to have nothing in your hand. Shift right there. That will change a little bit.
And orange is the mode I want, right? Or is it white?
If you want auto eject, you want orange. If you want it so it can push and pull, white is what you want.
Yeah, white's what I want then. Alright, so if I put the bucket in, will the bucket auto-eject into the liquid loader? Nope, I guess not.
So it has to be.
Alright. Next up, I want to try... I can't just put this in here? I can. So it is filling it, that's good. So the liquid loader will fill the steam locomotive, that's a good sign. I just need to figure out how to get the water bucket to auto-dump into that thing. Alright, let me try something.
Could have two.
What's that?
You could have two item IOs. Have one wooden pipe pull out of the 1 and 2. And put the bucket back in.
I'm just not sure if the liquid loader likes doing that, basically. I don't think it's happy with this. I'm going to try just valve into... probably just going to go with valve. Let me do that.
Okay.
Now, Soaryn told me this wouldn't work, but I'm going to try it anyway.
So you would auto eject?
No, the valve connected to the thing.
I don't think it'll auto pull it, so you'd have
Oh,
to
no,
have
no,
to
no. Look, valve hooked up to a liquid loader does totally work. I gotta get it to not emit a redstone signal somehow, though. That's a problem. I don't want it emitting a redstone signal. Alright, I have to figure out that problem. Alright guys, I think I got this working. This is going to work perfectly. There's just one thing I need to do, and that is put a water bucket in the advanced item loader is what I'm using. So here's the deal. You ready? Advanced item loader, we put it in stock mode, which means I want to keep this number of items inside the advanced item loader. And I'm telling it that the items to try and keep inside the steam locomotive are half a stack of coal, 1 bucket of water, and 1 piece of stone. Now, the reason I have a stone in there is so that it doesn't emit a redstone signal. I don't want it to emit a redstone signal when it's got the coal and the water bucket. I just want it to keep it in there. So it's still trying to put stone in the locomotive, and it continuously fails. So it's not going to send the locomotive on its way. But when I get into the cart, it will. Nice. Now, as for the next piece, how are we going to keep this thing constantly loaded with water? Pretty easy. We've got our Zicorium water blocks, which are awesome and I love. and they're going to go right here. Okay, and that's going to keep the multi-tank full. Now the water bucket is going to go in, and it's going to be done like that. So now that it's gone ahead and done that, see the bucket went and got placed back in there because the water got sufficiently drained. Now, Soaryn, that's interesting. Why'd the bucket go back that way?
Where?
I don't know. Interesting. What'd you do? Are you changing things?
No.
You broke it. Alright guys, I think I got a solution here. The empty water bucket wasn't getting pulled out of the locomotive, but that's okay. I can solve that with the following item. These guys. You know, that many of them should be good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them all inside the multi-tank, and they'll get filled up nice and quick. And I just want to keep, I don't know, let's say like, you know, I don't know how many I want to keep in there. Let's tell the item buffer, instead of this, go ahead and put, I don't know, oh wait, you can only have so many in there. I think it's only 4. So we'll just put it at 4. That's fine. And what it should do is transfer 4 water cans in, okay? So we'll have to constantly resupply it with tin, but we'll do that with fabricators and it'll be cool. I'm not going to worry about it. So when we get in the cart, it takes off. And when we're not in the cart, the item loader here will constantly refill the water and the coal. Now you might be wondering to yourself, how are you going to keep getting coal, Direwolf? Well, you might have noticed a fabricator sitting right next to this thing. Remember, the item loaders can pull from adjacent inventories, which is why it's able to pull the water cans out of the multi-tank. And it's also why it's going to be able to pull from the fabricator here, which has a UU matter recipe for coal. So as soon as I throw 3 UU matter in there, where'd all the coal go? It went into the advanced item loader, which tried to place it in the locomotive. Now it's going to try and keep half a stack in the locomotive, so you can see here it's draining the coal out, and once the locomotive gets half a stack of coal, it's going to constantly transfer it in. Cool. Neptune Pink, what'd you do?
I may have clicked on it.
Ah, you broke it.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I think that's a bug with when people open up the interface on this thing. It can sometimes do stuff, but there you go, you're good.
Yeah.
Yay, you're riding. Cool, right?
Careful getting in.
Yes.
So long story short, the advanced item loader will keep a sufficient amount of coal and a sufficient amount of water inside the locomotive for us. So this is the setup that I'm going to place. Wow, you guys are making some progress over here, huh? How's it going?
We're making it something.
You're making a mess a little bit, but mostly progress.
Well,
Yes.
what we intend to do is we intend to have the most fun we possibly can, and in that we are going to make a giant chunk of stone and then blow it up with lasers.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie then. You guys do
Fun
that.
for the whole family.
Soaryn, I like this is the loading station that we're going to have?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it. So we'll let people come in here, step on a thing, and they'll get whisked away into the roller coaster land. Alright guys, we'll be back in a minute. Alright guys, so I'm going to shut down my steam locomotive because it's wrapping up point time, unfortunately. So I'm going to break down what I built over here in my testing area, and I'm going to transfer it over to here, the loading area. So we're going to have pretty much like, we're going to have the item loader right above it, unfortunately, but that's not too bad. I wonder if, hey Neptune, are you in TeamSpeak? Do you think that, do you suspect by chance that routers could interact with the locomotive inventory?
I'm pretty sure they could not.
Yeah.
Mead.
Hey, Mead's
Hey, what's
here.
up?
What's going on, Mead? How are you, buddy? I'm just wrapping up an
pretty good.
episode.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, yep, time to wrap up. Got to come back next episode, and we will have a big mountain here, and we're going to work on making this thing really cool inside. Like, we're going to have, like, all kinds of stuff that you can take little tours of, and it's going to be, like, a crazy roller coaster ride that's, you know, half roller coaster running fast and half, like, scenic tours kind of thing. But Soaryn and Rorax have a good plan for how they want to build this whole thing, so we'll figure it out. Next episode, we'll kind of see how their progress is coming along, and they'll probably be giving me some pointers on where they want me to do things, because they've got an idea on how to make that thing look cool. I've got a high-level idea, and they're going to make it look awesome. So, alright guys, Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and take it easy!